I'll also try in the future as well to. I hope this is. Oh no, what's going? Oh, I hope it didn't lose it. Well, anyway, if it did, well, okay. I'll try in the future to. I put a link to explain or verify some of the information regarding my feelings. Michael Jackson is still alive, okay? That's just all it is. And he's still alive, and this is like a movie, and we're all in it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He did a good job at this, but of course our government does this all the time, okay? Our government, the United Kingdom, governments all over the world do it all the time. So this is nothing new under the sun. He was just able to pull it off for his well-being. And I understand why the whole thing happened. I do, but I'm not going to try to explain that now. But according to some of the evidence that I'm going to submit, which you may think, oh, it's rubbish or whatever, but that's exactly what the powers that be want you to think, okay? They always want you to be in the ultimatum stage and unbelieving stage. So that's really kind of your... how can I say, it's a vendetta that's been put out there, and it's going to be your misfortune, because you need to know that you're being played all the way around. And I'm not talking about this specific incident, but I'm talking about in life in general. This is a game, okay? And unfortunately, mankind is on the losing end. And Satan's winning, he thinks. But if you wake up to God, you will have an insight like never before. And God is pouring out his anointing, a new and fresh anointing, and he's also pouring out his wrath. So one of the things that I remember that Michael Jackson had always said is that I just can't forget it, actually. He said, in London, he said this. He said, they never thought that I would beat them at their own game. And, you know, when he said that, at the moment that he said it, I knew. It just stuck with me for all, and I started, my brain started thinking about all the things that he did and the music and all that, because it was a time that I was in the music business, and I remember that time period when a certain music that he had put out, and I said to all the people that were in the business with me, why did he put that out? I mean, it's like, what? You know? But I didn't know anything. It was too naive to everything and just didn't know anything. I didn't even know what the kind of business I was in, and very dangerous. Very. In any case, now I find on the website, one of the websites, one of the statements that MJ says, MJ said many times, don't believe what you see or hear. And you've all seen Breaking Bad, and then it's ... It's easy to make someone disappear, ... So, ... Why all the negative comments? Question mark. Okay? Humans have such a poor record of being able to tell fact from fiction. Period. Okay, that came from him, all right? That was on one of the websites. And one of the comments that was left, which was a direct quote that he made. Okay. All right. One of the things that he said, MJ said out of his own mouth, is that just because it's in print doesn't mean it's gospel. Okay? So, what is he saying? He's saying, don't believe everything that you see. Okay, why am I doing this? What does this have to do with God? Well, I'm not relating Michael Jackson to God at all, or anything that he did, or I don't know his spiritual background really. All I know is that he had a gift that God gave him, and in the end, he won. Okay, and actually, there's no end yet. Okay, because the man's still alive, and that's that. Now, for all you CIA agents and FBI and whoever else, don't come trying to lock me up because I know it's the truth. You can figure it out. Anybody can figure it out. If they have half a brain, they can figure this out. But anyway, I want to get to the other part before... I only have 2 minutes. Okay, I better go quickly. Okay, June 11th, 2009, Stretcher called Steichler, which is a Renaissance series, according to Steichler Technical Support. Okay. There was a picture of Michael Jackson with the... oxygen breathing apparatus, and supposedly it was redlined or whatever, and supposedly it was him, out. Well, he was on a Steichler stretcher, which was a Renaissance series. Okay, so there was a phone call made to Steichler Medical Technologies, and the technical support person was asked, when was the Renaissance period stretchers made? And apparently the last one was made in 2003. And of course, the period that, the year that this particular brand was made by Steichler, Stryker, Renaissance. It was produced in 1991 through 2003. Okay. The hospital that MJ was in, the time period, we all know the year, okay? They didn't have any Renaissance stretchers. So what point am I making? The stretchers that they now carry and that they did carry at that particular time were Prime Series. Prime Series has a little wavy line, on the railings, and it's all across the board. There's no possible chance for them to have a Renaissance stretcher in the room. Now, so... I said that to say this, okay, which is the last thing I'm going to say because it's already 12 midnight and I hear all the guns going off and all of that. And fireworks and all that. I guess people really get turned on about the new year. But in any case, it's not unusual for a movie set or a stage set to have an old medical apparatus or fixture or prop available, because nobody would really notice. The point is just use something to get across the point of the scene or to show whatever you're trying to depict for that particular scene or shot or whatever. If it's a movie, it's a shot. And that's it, because quite frankly, no one would be able to notice the second-by-second frame change or even the scene specifics because of the editing. They'll try and edit certain things out. One thing I did notice in watching some of the film on them supposedly taking Michael Jackson's lifeless body out of the house and is that they were really hiding. They were putting up jackets and things up so the cameras, even if they were in the air, they wouldn't be able to see anything that was on whatever gurney they had or whatever they were trying to hide, which was another whole specific clue. The when you watch the burial and all of that. I mean, it was just hilarious. I even had one scene where supposedly it was, well, just the whole thing. I'm going to put up references to this. I'm out of time now because it's already 2014. So Happy New Year to you all. And thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity, Tiario, for sharing my information. Not my information, but the information that is given to us, and really being able to share God and have the opportunity to save souls, which is what we're here to do, nothing else. So thank you, and I'll continue to fill you in on little tidbit information I get on Michael Jackson. I guess eventually maybe he might be a showing. I mean, really, this isn't like Elvis. Elvis really died. But anyway, God bless you. Bye now.